Hi, if you're watching the replay, feel free to scroll forward just a little bit, but actually don't. Hi, I'm Emily Benson. I'm the number one best-selling author of the Ultimate Boutique Handbook, which you should buy now on Amazon. We have the Kindle edition too, but the print's pretty gorgeous. And I'm a boutique and retail business coach and consultant because I kind of do both. And I'm really excited to be here to say hi to you guys. It's been a minute. And also just to let's talk about what's coming for fall. It feels like a lot of your kids are back to school or they're about to go back to school, and it's time for you to really ramp up your business again if you've kind of slowed down this summer. So let's talk about what questions you have. Let's talk about what's coming up for you around this, because it feels like there's a lot going on. So hi to everyone. Say hi if you're joining. Hi, Emily, Vianney, Teresa, Lindsay, Jamie, Jen. Did I miss anyone? Emily, Tracy, Ashley. Hi, you guys. Ashley, thanks for sharing with everyone. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Hi, Alexandra. You know what? I'm going to share this in my group, the Fashion Truck Tribe. If you've never, my battery's very low. If you haven't joined us yet in the Fashion Truck Tribe, I highly suggest you do that. It's a really great group, and we've got a lot going on in there. And honestly, part of the reason I wanted to come on live was really because there's a lot of questions going, or in the Fashion Truck Tribe, in the queue, that feel really fear-based. And I'm like, oh my God, is everyone scared? What's going on? We need to talk about this, okay? So let's start by pulling my shirt up. Okay. Hi. You can see that on my iPad. So if you want to, I would love for you to start asking questions so we can go. I'm going to stay on as long as I can. That means how long my energy lasts. Let me write this post. And I would love to just hear how you're doing. If you have questions, pop them in, and I want to get rocking and rolling with just a live Q&A. Ask me anything. So I said boutique business, mindset, marketing. It feels like a lot of you guys might need some mindset stuff going on. You formed a small tribe of ladies. Wow, how cool are you? I love that. Okay. Hi guys. Hi Gretchen. I am not married yet. No, Kelly. It's coming soon. Hey Ann. Hey Veronica. Cool. Patricia, I'm so depressed. Today we did 0. So Patricia, what is your question? Listen, if you guys come on here, if you are in the Fashion Truck Tribe, you'll notice that a lot of times I'm just let's shift the mindset, right? There's so many things that just literally tie back to mindset. That's why I have a course called Retail Money Mindset, which if you haven't taken that and you're depressed, or you have ups and downs in your business, or you feel like money's not flowing, you feel like things are stuck, it's such a profound course, and it's still at the lowest price it will ever be. So please look at that. If you have 0 days, guys, it's because you're attracting that, okay? And that might be super hard to hear, but your energy is what gets attracted to you, okay? You guys are all hanging out with me because you like my energy. You're oh, she gives me ideas. She's fun. She makes fun of herself. I try to keep it light. But you have to remember that one of the biggest tools you have in your business is yourself. Period. End of story. This is why I teach about mindset. It's why I talk a lot about self-care. Because when we don't take care of ourselves, we really aren't taking care of our business. So I highly suggest, if you're having low days, if you're feeling not good about the cash register ringing, then really it's going to cause you more anxiety. If your feelings are attached to your money, that's a huge issue, okay? And if you didn't do the Broke Boutique series, it's actually gone now. It's inside my Boutique Elite membership. So if you're in the membership, go do the Broke Boutique series again and start to really wrap your head around how can you shift your energy, your mindset, so you're attracting people and they're excited to come in, they're excited to shop with you, and you sort of have the right, I just use the word mindset. There's a podcast coming out soon, guys. It's called an episode of the Boost Your Boutique podcast. It's coming out soon, and it's called The Difference Between Positivity and Mindset. A woman in the last round of Six Figure Blueprint mentioned that she always thought that mindset, like before she joined the course, was really just about like being positive. She's like, I'm a year positive, and I just thought like it was kind of the same thing, and like I just needed to be more positive. But what you've taught me is mindset actually is like going a lot deeper and like really healing a lot of things that like beliefs that I had that weren't serving me anymore. And to be honest with you, many of us have beliefs that are no longer serving us, and they're affecting our lives and they're affecting our business. So if you haven't, like, number one, Boutique Elite membership, we have a lot of mindset resources in that course or in that membership program. And Retail Money Mindset, you guys, is just like, if you haven't taken it, honestly, you're doing yourself a disservice. That course is so cheap and it is so good, and the price is going up on September 1st. It's doubling. So don't miss it at this price, okay? I'm serious. I'm like, I don't joke about that. You guys know. Okay, let's get to some other questions. All right. Hey, Brett, I'm so glad you're here. We've been chatting. Hi. Hey, Gretchen. Okay, I'm opening a brick and mortar soon. In addition, sorry for the glare, guys. In addition to apparel, what do you recommend as fillers? Jewelry, makeup, scarves, etc. So I want to actually shift your language around this. We are not here to spend money to fill our store, okay? That's not what we're doing. So the question that I would like to answer for you, Gretchen, great question, is what other accessories and what upsell items can I add to my clothing assortment that will really help the customer feel like her outfit is complete, that she's had a complete experience in my store? And as a side to that, what can I provide for the customers who maybe don't find something in the clothing section that they're gonna love in another section? So very easy. I would say the best things to start with, sorry, my phone rang. I'm also gonna say, this is gonna be dependent completely on your ideal customer, Gretchen, okay? If you've taken Boutique Basics Bootcamp, my like level 1 course about how to run your boutique, which is like kind of a follow-up to this. Like if you've read this Ultimate Boutique Handbook, the next level for you is taking that Boutique Basics Bootcamp. It's just boutiquebasicsbootcamp.com. And it's this, but like just so much more. And so what I would say is you have to know your ideal customer. And then I always think it's best to start with like scarves, some jewelry, and that's it. I don't think you want to carry makeup. Like, you're not a makeup store. I think people like have their makeup that they wear. I wouldn't carry like skincare unless you're like with an MLM or something. I honestly feel like scarves, jewelry, and then as we go into fall and winter, adding like fuzzy scarves, like the winter version if you're in a cold place. So hats, beanies, scarves, gloves, mittens, that kind of stuff is always good. What I would stay away from is shoes, makeup. I don't know, you could like carry some belts if you carry jeans, like that actually could be kind of a good one. But I would stay away from anything that feels too sized or too specific, okay? Just stay with the thought, Gretchen. Just continue the thought of what can I add on to the outfits that I'm making in the store, okay? That should guide you quite well. Tammy, I've been with GoDaddy for a year and thinking about switching to Shopify. Thoughts or advice? Okay, so we get this question so much, and I have to tell you guys, I have built websites for years. I now work with my clients on their Shopify websites, like inside, kind of exploring and pulling reports and things like that. And I've built physical websites on Weebly. No, I'm sorry. Yes, I have built on Weebly, Wix, Squarespace, Volusion, if that even still exists. I've built websites on all of that. Here's what I want you to know is that GoDaddy and all those other people, like, especially if you buy your domain name, they're gonna be like, set up your website. That's cool if you have like an information-based website, okay? Maybe you're a mobile boutique, you're just starting out and you want to just have a really quick landing page to tell people where you are and how to find you in your social. What I will say about Shopify is that we are in a very specific business that runs on inventory. The amount of inventory we sell basically is the amount of money we make. Like literally the only way in retail you make money is by selling things, right? So we have to keep track of that inventory. And one of the things I always say, and Brett, if you're still on, this is kind of like a good like talk about with you too, because we were talking about this in the tribe. I feel like really strongly about Shopify, even though it can get more expensive on like a month that you can start with the $29 plan, right? But you can add on more as you go. And here's the thing is, one, it's awesome you can add on more as you go because you're gonna want more features as you expand your business and expand your customer base. And also it has really good inventory tracking built into it. And so like Brett was saying, you know, we're opening a brick and mortar and we're gonna have e-commerce. Guys, that's 2 stores, okay? And you should be looking at it as 2 stores that pull from one centralized inventory, okay? You don't want to, and because I did this when I opened my website. I bought inventory just for my website. It was a disaster, and I ended up selling it all in my truck. Because frankly, my website was a totally different business and I didn't think about it like that and I didn't run it like that. So while my website over time did grow because my audience grew so naturally, it was definitely not something that I approached the way I would now if I were to open a website, right? Start like an e-commerce site, I would do it totally differently. So I am a big advocate to switch to Shopify. Like, I'm never gonna tell you not to work on Shopify unless I find or create something better, which who knows? Okay, hey Crystal. All right, Alexandra, what should I not look for? Oh no, sorry. What should I look for in a festival vendor fair? I'm considering signing up for my first vendor booth since I do better in-person sales. So here's what I would tell you is I think it's really important for you to consider the location and the demographic of who's gonna be there. So I'll tell you, I got invited to like a lot of craft fairs and things where I knew that the price point wasn't gonna be where my price point was, the aesthetic wasn't gonna be where mine was. So I would say, Alexandra, you should look for who are the other vendors and are they kind of on your level of what you're selling? Are they gonna attract the same client that you're looking to attract? And then lastly, I would say just be mindful, thoughtful about how much you're paying and how much you think you're gonna make, right? There were a lot of events that wanna charge you $2,000, $3,000. And when you're a really small business, like that's a lot. Like I had a limit where I said I would never spend more than $250. And that $250 event better be like so good, okay? And listen, I know there's a lot of you guys who like do like kind of the rodeo scene or do these big market days. Like the deal is that when you're at that level, you're gonna pay more, you're gonna get more space, you're doing more business. And a lot of people are like in my tribe are at that level. And I'm like, yes, get it. But when you're just starting out, like look for things where you can dip your toes and just like get a little, your feet in the game, okay? And you'll learn what works and what doesn't for you, to be honest. Okay, if you're replying underneath, I can't see it, so I apologize. I'm just trying to go in order of the questions. So if you have a question, please type it in the comments, okay? I'm gonna just roll through. If you see the question that you wanna ask and it's already there, don't repeat it. I'll get to it, okay? I'm gonna just try to be really thorough. Brett says, I'm trying to figure out the pros and cons to different POS systems as well as online store type. Okay, so let's talk about Shopify and Square. So, Shopify and Square are probably the 2 best options, I would say. For POS systems. Lightspeed is also a good one. You know, again, the thing is like, but I don't think Lightspeed has an e-commerce side. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I would say, here's the thing. Square has a very limited website. You cannot add a Facebook pixel on it. You cannot, I think you can send invoices. Here's the thing. I don't love Square as an online storefront. I feel like I've worked with clients who have Square and it's just kind of like one page. Like it's not a lot. And again, I'm not an expert in Square. I use Shopify, okay? So I would say is to look at websites, if you can find them, that Square are on Square. And like a lot of the people in the Fashion Show tribe are using Shopify. And Brett, if you need people like any of my clients who are using Shopify to see some of the examples of what they're doing, I'm happy to send a few your way. Okay. Vianney. Excuse me, guys. I'm still over 900 pieces. I really need my glasses. So many lights. I'm still over 900 pieces in LuLaRoe. So I've been holding on to clothes to start my boutique. Holding on buying clothes, okay? However, I want to keep the momentum and get some jewelry and accessories, but I'm getting stressed because prices on Amazon are near the wholesale prices. Okay, so this is just like you're asking a competition question. Like, here's the thing. If you go on Amazon, like, you don't necessarily want to go on Amazon. It's not the same business, okay? You've got to understand the boutique business is not a sell them deep and like, it's not a sell deep business, okay? We're not Old Navy, okay? Old Navy is a great example of a boutique, Old Navy is a great example of a retail business that sells a lot for cheap. It's a volume business, okay? Boutiques are more of like an item and collection based business where they can charge a higher value, a higher price because they give more value, they give more customer service, they give more attention, they're curating the pieces. Like here, this is not, I really don't want you to look at Amazon because it's not the same. And I think like, here's the thing, there's enough for everyone. And so like, why don't you, Vianney, just like be yourself, buy the jewelry you love. I mean, I joke about this all the time. I think I could start a whole earring website and you guys would all go buy my earrings, even though you could buy them at wholesale probably. Right? Like, it's not about, like, your competition is not about the item, it's like about you. Like, this is what we're like talking so much about mindset around, is like, it's really like about you. And so I think it's a great way. I say this all the time to people. Starting a boutique, one of the easiest ways is to start with accessories. It's a very low price point. You can really show it off. People don't need to have the right size, right? So I think that's a really, really smart move, and I would stop looking at other websites. I've like met with so many people recently who are like, well, this boutique does that, and this boutique, and I've been watching that boutique, and I'm like, why do you care? Like, I don't look at what anyone else is doing, you guys. Like, you've got to like, kind of like ascend above that, right? Like, you've got to stay in your bubble. You've got to realize like, you are waking up every day selling clothes. Period, end of story. Like, who gives a crap about what anyone else is doing? Because honestly, when you live in your bubble and you trust yourself and you are confident in what you're doing and what you're buying, like no one else matters. Like nothing else matters. So get confident in yourself, trust your decisions, and please, please, please don't look at Amazon, okay? Like, it's just not even worth it. Please do look at Amazon if you're gonna like, you know, buy something you can't get anywhere else. Hey, Melissa. All right. I keep doubting myself as if I should. Okay, so Vianney, you're just like living in a lot of like, you're sitting in a lot of like fear and doubt and like not like, I really need you to do, I really need you to like figure out how you can really start to trust yourself. What does that look like for you? And what does that mean for you? Do you need to do some journaling? Do you need to do some meditating? Do you need to get back connected with yourself so that you can like get past this? Like, this is just a block keeping you from getting to what you want, to be honest. Like, and it's kind of like, it's a block that we can fix, right? So I would just ask the universe and set the intention. Like, I would like to have more confidence. Even if you're just like, I am confident. Like, just saying that, you're gonna bring up all this energy into yourself. This is completely gonna shift the room, okay? Isn't I start this whole thing off by talking about how you feel about yourself is how your business will do. Period, end of story, okay? This is like, I will always talk about this, okay? All right, hey Capsule Boutique. I'm going to a local indie market and I'm trying to figure out what to stand out to make, what to do to stand out with your booth. How can I get more traffic to my website? My traffic has dropped dramatically. Okay, so Capsule Boutique. I have many, many podcast episodes about traffic to your website. And that's like, I will answer that question in like one swoop here, where I will tell you that go to your website, see where your biggest referral source is. Most of you, it's Facebook or Instagram, and double down. Go a little harder, post a little bit more. People are not paying attention to you as much as you think they are. So you've got to be more assertive, to be honest, okay? In terms of your booth standing out, I would say make sure your presentation is pristine, okay? Don't put too much stuff out. That's the biggest thing I see is people have like, they have a table and they just pile it with stuff. you got to understand that part of what your job is as a boutique owner is to create a curated experience for your customers. That's the same at the booth. If someone comes in and they see a whole mess of stuff, it's like, you know, it's kind of like shopping at TJ Maxx. Like, you're not always in the mood for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be like, I love TJ Maxx. Like, I don't want to say anything bad about them. But what I will tell you is the looking for what I want. Don't do that in your booth. Be very selective. Keep some stuff in the back. Bring it out over time. One little trick I used to use too is I used to keep things in like a little bin and kind of like under the table, but like so people could see. I swear to you, women would be like, what's over there? Is that like, are you holding that for someone? Like what? And I would always say, like, oh no, I just like didn't have room to put it. And then I like literally selling out of this bin. Okay. So like, remember, you don't have to have too much out. Just put your best out, present your best, and you will stand out. Trust me, because that's the best way to stand out. And have a good energy, have good attitude while you're there, you know? Be excited about it. Okay, Emily has a great question. She's asking for some strategies about how to like refresh inventory you've maybe had for a while. So one of the things I always say is that if you are, at this point in the year, it's almost September. If it's a summer item that can't transition to fall, pack it up, okay? Just pack it up, save it for like January when people are like going on cruises and spring break starts, okay? That's number one. Number two is I feel like the best way to reintroduce stuff is to like say it's new. Like, again, I think this is a whole matter of like no one really pays attention to what you're doing. Like, honestly. And that sounds really silly to say, but I think we get it caught in our heads like, oh, we're sending too many emails, we're posting too much, we're saying too much. We're not saying enough, guys, okay? So, Emily, my best advice for you is to present that stuff as new again. Show it in a new way. Maybe you style it with things like from your closet. So you teach people like, hey, if you buy this top, it goes great with your best pair of jeans. Like, I love wearing this with jeans and a cardigan. Like, you know, you guys have jeans and a cardigan in your closet, right? Just like explaining it a little bit more. Like, I had this conversation with a client today where she's like, well, I launched this the other day. And I was like, I follow you. Like, I don't remember it. Like, and I like have a very photographic memory. Like, I remember these things. Okay. And so we talked about the fact that like, remember, people need to see things 7 times. So Emily, also most likely, because I know this is true for everyone else, you probably didn't even show it enough the first time. So bring it back out, present it as new. I would say that the best way to do that is through the way that works best for you. And that means if you sell a lot via Facebook Live, or that feels really good and comfortable and aligned for you, do it that way. If people love to shop with you from your pictures or your flat lays, do it that way. Pick the best way, double down on that, okay? That's from Gary Vee. All right. Sabrina asked about locations and events for pop-up shops when you don't have a truck. So I'm gonna guess that Sabrina's maybe online and she wants to start getting out there. So a couple different options for you. Okay. Okay, a couple different things. Number one, in your city, in your town, hopefully you live near a city, there's always vendor stuff going on. So like I would search Google for like vendor markets, like fairs, festivals, like there's a bunch of listing websites that once you Google, you can just like keep going and just search. I would also like, I live in a pretty vibrant community and like I always see stuff going on the Starbucks board. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Getting connected with other people who do events too, Sabrina, would be really helpful. So if you have a Facebook group, maybe like where you live, just even posting that like, hey, like I'm looking to do some vendor events, you would call it. Does anyone know about any good ones around here, right? A lot of this is just gonna have to be research because where you live, I don't know where you live. So I don't know what's going on there, but basically what I'm saying is, even if you don't have a truck, you might need to get a tent, but like a 10 by 10 pop-up tent is like $125 or something. Like it's very inexpensive. And so you might need a tent, you might need to invest $200 in supplies to go do a pop-up shop, right? And so I would just really use the internet. I would look at Starbucks. I would ask around. I would also maybe like see, are there any events going on currently that you could attend and talk to some vendors and be like, hey, I'm like totally like, I have this online store. I'm like really trying to get out there. Like, what do you know that's going on, right? Because a lot of times I would find out about other events from someone I was parked next to. So you can totally do it in a tent. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the next 4 months. So Sabrina, I would just get on like really asking the universe, hey, bring me some great vendor events that will be perfect for me and my business. And then I would just really hit all those resources that I talked about. Okay, awesome, Gretchen. Great. Okay, Veronica. I met Veronica Gonzalez. Hi, how many styles should I have in my boutique? I don't have a brick and mortar. I do vendor events, festivals, etc. I'm working on my Shopify. Why are curvy girls so hard to shop for? What are they looking for? So that's 2 questions. So I'm gonna say curvy girls are looking for a great experience and clothes that actually fit them. Bottom line. I think unless you're a curvy girl and you have to kind of understand that. Like, curvy girls are picky because they want to look good, okay? So if something doesn't fit right, or the material's wrong, or the pattern's wrong, it's not gonna work. So if you are really dedicated to serving a curvy customer, please go research curvy stores and see what they're doing, and see how you can not model what they're doing, but like understand what they're doing. So like go to Elaine Bryant, like look at City Chic online, like Nordstrom is adding curvy sections. What's the store in the mall? Torrid is a curvy, right? All of those are gonna be very different customers and very different ideal customers, but I think that a lot of non-curvy women don't understand the mindset behind a curvy woman actually shopping in a store, and probably honestly too how much trauma she may have had in stores before. And so like I think that what I've seen work best is a curvy girl selling to a curvy woman. And you might say, I'm not curvy and I get it. I hear you, okay? But like I'm just saying, based on what I've heard, based on my people, okay? In terms of how many items or styles to have, it's really gonna depend on like how big your space is. So if you are doing vendor events, are you in a 10 by 10 space? Or are you in a 10 by 20? Or, I think you wanna fill the space, but you don't wanna overfill the space. It's like, here's what I'll tell you I did, okay? When I was figuring this out for my truck, I designed the truck the way I wanted it to look. I knew I wanted sections for accessories. I knew I wanted a scarf bar. I knew that I wanted racks, high and low, so I could do pants and bottom displays, all that jazz. And so what I did is before I bought anything, I literally counted. So I like took a hanger and I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, I got to a big number of clothes that would fit. I think it was maybe like, I don't even think it was that big. It's probably like 60. And I divided by 6 and I was like, great, I can have 10 styles. I bought 10 styles. With jewelry and scarves, again, I sort of had to like measure out and like, a lot of it is like a very physical process, right? I think if we're talking about an online store, I think that's where you want to say, how many pages do I want to have? Do I want to be on 1 page? Do I want to be on 2 pages, right? I don't think you need to come out the gate with your online store and have 15 categories and 15 pages and like, 600 styles. Like, you can go slow. So Veronica, 2 factors is how much space do you have? What do you physically need to sell? And then also, on the other hand, how much money do you want to make or have you made? So most of what we do in retail as we grow our business, and I teach very traditional retail, okay? I'm old school. I'm an old school retail nerd. I don't teach D-stash groups. I don't teach like much about all these other things that people are doing. I teach, you buy for a month, you mark down styles, you run a sale at the end of the month, you do it again. Like, very traditional, okay? So I would say for you is just see how much you have and then look at your numbers. You know how much you're selling. Even if you're just selling a little bit and you want to raise that, you've got to look at what your total retail of inventory is, right? So how much have you made in your boutique, and sort of use that as a number to say, okay, well, if I want to make $1,000 at this event, I need to make sure that my inventory at retail totals 1,000 or more, really more than that. You want like 2,000 at retail, okay? And that's gonna help you sort of balance that out. So kind of intricate, but numbers and space are always gonna tell you how much you need. And I would say that most people need less than they think. We've got a lot of overbuyers. Okay, hi Anne. Hi Anne. Can you tell us about my morning routine or nightly routine to stay in a good, positive mindset? What are you reading? What am I doing? What am I reading? What am I doing? Wow. So my morning routine, I like to be in a routine. So I really like to wake up. I check my email, which I don't care if people say that's bad. I want to make sure I know that no one has needed me over the night, okay? Check my email in the morning. I'll check social, make sure nothing's burning down. And then I usually go work out. Working out has been a huge part of my spiritual practice this summer in terms of like moving energy through me. So the thing is I think a lot of times when we get stuck in our mindset is because we're literally like physically stuck in our bodies, you know? And I'm not saying you need to go and run a marathon, but like my Chinese medicine doctor always talks about how you gotta sweat every day. And it made so much sense to me because it's like every day we take on all this stuff and then as we sweat, it's like we sweat it out. Kind of gross, but like you get it, right? So I usually go work out and then I come home and I have some matcha, I have my protein shake, and then I work. And I work and I work. And then I'm mostly on calls. And then I would say at night, one of my biggest things to start to shut down is to have that routine of, I like to lay in bed, do a little journaling, do a little like, I want this, I want this. Like just get it out of my head. Like, what am I like, it's not even goals. It's just like, what's coming up? I try to like free think what would be nice to come into my life right now. And most of those things have come true because I focus on them. I'm not like, I need all these things. I'm just like bullet, like this is what I'm going for, right? And then I try to read before I go to bed, a novel. Like I actually read a lot of fiction and I feel like that also takes it offline for me at night because I need to shut down. I also would say to you, like, read some Audible books. Like you were in Six Figure Blueprint. I have a whole book list in there. I always say one of my favorite books is called The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Such a good one. If you get it on Audible, get the one that he reads. It's so good. And in terms of like business books, to be honest with you, I haven't been reading business books this summer. I've been reading novels, and fiction because there's only so much business development you can do. Again, I will come back to the fact that this is, business is a spiritual practice. It's deeply rooted in who you are and what you believe in yourself. And so for me, a lot of that is breathing, acupuncture, and working out. Like that's kind of my trifecta, honestly, using essential oils, saging myself, you know, things like that. Like I'm always doing all that stuff. So it's always, and honestly, Anne, it's like an all day, like, what am I feeling now? I'm reacting to how I'm feeling. And so I'm not a big routine person. I'm more like, how do I feel right now? And how do I shift my energy to how I want to feel? And then I do the things that I need to get there. Sometimes it's eating. Sometimes it's drinking water. You see me taking breaks and drinking water because like I've been talking so much and I had a lot of acupuncture today. And so I know I'm going to be dehydrated. So I'm just really like doing that. So I would say there's a certain point where you want to cut yourself off. And many of you may be at this point where you want to kind of cut yourself off from learning and just do. And just do and do and do. And I feel like that's where I've been for probably 6 months now, where I'm like, my brain can't learn anymore. I just want to do and I want to serve. And that's it. So hopefully that helps, Nan. Okay, awesome. Tammy, Melissa. Shopify is not so easy. So the best part about Shopify, I'd say, Melissa, is that if you call them, they will stay on the phone with you like all day. So if you guys aren't picking up the phone, I find that we've become a culture where we don't call people. And I like, whenever there's a problem, I'm just like, hi, help me. Like I'm always like pressing 0 on the phone. I'm like, I want to talk to a person. Like I don't want to deal with machines. And so what I would tell you, Shopify, with vendors, any of this stuff, call them, get on the phone. Hi, I'm a person. Hi, let's talk. I need help with this, okay? Please do that. Candace, I have several questions, but one is, should I get I'm sorry. I'm opening my own brick and mortar booth in a historic district store. I want more inventory, specifically fall items. It'll be cold by September. Is it a loan a good or a bad idea? Oh, should I get a loan? Honestly, like, I'm not comfortable giving financial advice. I don't think it's like appropriate for me, to be honest. What I will say to you, Candace, is that I would really, if I were your coach, I would say to be very weary of taking out a loan for inventory if you already have inventory. So if it's going to be like a startup thing and you're going to pay yourself back, you know, you're going to pay it off, you're going to be able to pay yourself, all that. If it's like something where you like need to get something to start, I would say don't go above your means, like start really small. I think a lot of people get themselves in deeper debt because they commit to more. But I would say you've got to think about it. And I would say if you have inventory right now and you're wanting to buy more, I would say no, like sell what you have. Like if you have things sitting on your walls, sitting in your house that can make you money, like sell them, okay? Sell them. Even if you have to do some Poshmark. Okay. Amisha. I currently do not have an inventory system. I did an Excel spreadsheet, which is getting so overwhelming. Of course it is. Invoicing through PayPal. My sales are through Facebook and occasionally Instagram. What's your view on comment sold versus Shopify? I don't know a lot about comment sold, to be honest. I think it would depend. You said you sell a lot through Facebook. Do you sell a lot through Facebook Live? Is that how? I'm not super well versed, to be honest with you, with comment sold. I think it's like a great solution for people that do lives and don't want to invoice. I think the biggest thing with inventory, I always say, is centralize your inventory, get it in one spot, and centralize where those invoices are going out. And that's why I love Shopify, because you can send invoices. So I'm really sorry. I'm not going to be able to answer that very well. Hopefully what I said about Shopify, are you commenting down here? You have a Facebook group. Okay. You have a right. Well, so through Facebook. And occasionally Instagram. So I guess my question is just like, are you selling through Facebook Live? I don't know that much about comment sold. I don't know if this is a very productive conversation because I don't know that much about comment sold. And I don't often teach about Facebook groups. I would say just weigh it out. Like, what's it going to cost you? What's the benefits? Like, maybe you need a pro and con list. But that's, I love Shopify. I don't not love comment sold. I literally just don't know anything about it. So, like, I know how it works, but I don't know the benefits and I don't use it. So I can't give an honest review. So I apologize. I'm not the right person to ask that. Yeah, Ashley. Yes, Haley. Hi, Haley. Yay, Vianney. I told you I'm psychic. Melissa, I'm new to all of this. Do I need a group page or just a website? I have serious doubt too. Everyone has serious doubt. You're doing something that no one in your family is doing, okay, guys? Like, everyone doubts themselves all the time as an entrepreneur. Just get used to it. Like, just be like, you know what? I'm having a shitty day. I'm really feeling bad about myself. And what can I do to start to feel better? Okay? Like, the deal is we're human, and like we're like these beautiful souls stuck in these crazy human bodies, and like at the end of the day, we like have emotions and ups and downs, and the weather and the food and the, you know, the other people that live around us and work around us. So here's the deal, is like doubt is just you being maybe nervous about something you don't know about. So get educated more, or get a plan together. That's what I find. Most people don't really have a plan, so they feel nervous and they doubt. So Melissa, what I would say about page versus group, they're different. I will tell you guys this. I need to adjust. If I were to start my business again, I would go and buy some jewelry, and I would start a Facebook page, just like you're on here. You're on my Facebook page. There's 48 of you watching, okay? Just note this. And I would sell my jewelry. And I would sell my jewelry. I would probably set up a very basic Shopify site so I could send invoices and I could have a site. And then slowly but surely I would add more to my website. I would add clothes. I would expand. So I would say for you, Melissa, the only issue is if you're only like using a page or a group, like how are you tracking your inventory? How are you collecting money? Like you're gonna have to figure that out. And so for me, like that's where a website comes in, because a website can actually be like a host for your payment system and your inventory tracking, right? So I would say start with a website, start with a page, and start slow, okay? Don't have to spend a lot of money on all this. All right. Hey guys, hi everyone that's joining. If you're joining and you're watching and you haven't said hi yet, say hi. I'll get to your hi as I scroll. We're doing like an open Q&A. If you haven't yet bought and read this book, The Ultimate Boutique Handbook, I'm just gonna do a tiny commercial in here. The Ultimate Boutique Handbook is the retail Bible. If you haven't read this and you're asking me any questions about starting your business, it's all in here. Online, mobile, and brick and mortar. Whoops. And people ask me all the time, is this good for online boutiques? Yes, 90% of it is completely applicable to online boutiques. Obviously, setting up your store is not something that I specialize in, nor will it ever be something I specialize in. That's why I have these kind of conversations, but okay. All right, Emily Leslie. Hi, Emily. We've got a lot of Emilys on here. I went to Magic. Hey, me too. Plan on opening in early February. We have shipments coming in now and every month until March. Should I wait until I have everything in spring or open with 30% of your inventory? Open now. If you have, guys, if you have inventory, sell it, okay? Sell it, sell it, sell it. This is basically, Emily, the universe is saying to you, here you go, you get to start slow. Which is what I've been saying this whole live stream. Start slow, start slow. 30% of your inventory means nothing. Like you can build over time, right? That can be 100% of your inventory right now and you can sell it. As long as it's seasonal and timely, great. I don't want you holding stuff right now for March. I think you're probably getting fall, aren't you? Like you cannot sell fall in March. It won't sell, it will sit, okay? So go, start now. The universe is urging you. Please. Also, this is the best time of the year to start a boutique, you guys. We're like moving into retail heaven this like the next 4 months. Okay, Crystal, on mindset. How do you keep personal tragedies and issues from bringing down your joy about starting a business you've been dreaming about for years? Well, so Crystal, my heart goes out to you, whatever's going on. I can feel this is like really heavy for you. And so here's the thing. My best advice is to see what were you meant to learn from that tragedy or issue. What are you meant to learn? I don't think that it has to bring your joy down. You can compartmentalize that in one place and still have sadness or unrest about another area, right? Like if you can compartmentalize. What I would also say though is with whatever issues or personal tragedies like are going on, like please like talk to someone, like get help, you know? I think a lot of us think we can deal with everything going on and like it's totally fine. And a lot of us need to like talk it out, or a lot of us need to really have someone in our lives that we can process these feelings with. Sometimes journaling can really help with that too. So I would say is like, number one, realize that the two things aren't necessarily related. And if they are, or you feel like there's some crossover, try to untangle it, okay? Like a lot of times, so I'll say this, I don't know why, but like, what I'll say to you is that a lot of times when issues or personal stuff comes up, it's there to teach us a lesson. And it might be like a shitty, hard lesson to learn, but like it's always a lesson. And you'll read about this in my next book. I talk about when I was like very deeply depressed and like didn't know what I was doing, but was still like trying to keep it together on the outside. And when I realized like I really had to go inside and deal with a lot of stuff. And I also had to stop taking things from other people so personally. Like I also had to say like, I am myself and I'm gonna stand here and everyone else around me is doing their thing and I'm gonna just like stay in my bubble and like do my thing. And I'm not gonna necessarily always talk to people about what I'm doing because I don't really wanna hear what they have to say. Like I had a business coach that said, you don't let anyone just hold your baby, like a physical baby. So why would you let them hold your business baby, right? So I would just say, try to balance that out, okay, Crystal? I'm so sorry for whatever's going on. But honestly, like, you can overcome anything, and it's all about when you feel your energy shift somewhere that it doesn't feel good, how can you feel good? How can you shift to feel better? Okay? That's my best advice for everyone, basically. All right, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. I see you on here all the time. I'm working to switch over to my own brand. No middleman. So I'm guessing you're leaving a direct sales company. That's usually what that means. My question is, would you recommend how to start by introducing 1 to 2 styles or more? So I would say, I would focus like on 1 to 3, I don't know, like 1 to 3 styles like a week maybe. Like, it depends on how much money you want to make and how fast you feel like you want to grow. Like, I wouldn't go too big too fast, but 1 to 2 styles feels really like not like a lot. Unless you're manufacturing this. Are you manufacturing this? Oh my God, there's so many cons. Oh gosh. Tracy Martinelli, you 100% need an EIN number. It's not actually an employee identification number. It's your tax ID number that you get to pay taxes to IRS for. So yes, you absolutely, every business needs an EIN number. And when you register that, the government is going to expect that you start to file taxes even if you've made 0 money. So just be sure you do that when you start. So I would say, Kelly, like, introduce, I don't know, 3 to 5 styles, 5 to 10 styles. But like promote, okay? Be really consistent. Hi, Kat Danielle. I'm working on designing and manufacturing my own products and I won't have inventory until mid-spring. I want to build a following and relationship over the next 9 months before I officially open. Any recommendations for walking this thin line? I don't think it's that thin of a line as you think it is. I think honestly, most people are brands and manufacture, like, there's so many people that start lifestyle brands and like talk about lifestyle stuff, and then they start to sell products. So I would just make sure whatever you're selling and manufacturing, that the lifestyle stuff that you start to post now, like, speaks to that once you're ready to launch. So I would say start posting lifestyle stuff, start building a community, start talking about your ideals, start talking about the tenets that your product is being made with and by, and start building that community that way, okay? Lisa, will I be able to view this podcast? So this is actually a Facebook Live. My podcasts are over on iTunes and an app called Stitcher if you have Android. So yes, this will stay up, and I probably will also upload this to YouTube, okay? I have a lot of people over on YouTube who watch. Hi, Kayla. How much money should I plan on saving up before starting my own online boutique? I have $2,000 saved up right now. I'm wondering if that should be enough. I think it is. I mean, it doesn't cost much to get a website started. You could take your own pictures on your iPhone. Basically, you need to pay for inventory and some shipping supplies. What else do you need? I don't know. Facebook's free. Instagram's free. So yeah, I mean, $2,000 feels like enough. It depends on how much you want to have. If you were going to start with like we were just talking about 3 or 4 styles of clothes, that's only like $500, most things, $500 to $700 maybe. So you could start with that, flip that and keep going, and flip that and keep going, right? But you have to have the commitment that you're going to really like push those clothes and really like pull people in to buy them. So I think you're good. Hi, Amy Culver. Hey, girl. Hi, Morgan. Let me see this. Hey, Emily. I totally had a money mindset setback. I've been in my new space selling. Right, I saw that. Okay, you've been there for 3 months, so you're in a new space. Sales have been doing okay, but I thought I'd ask the manager for tips where I stood. Oh no, I can't read the rest of that. Sorry, Morgan. Let me see if I can open my iPad and read the rest of that. So I'm guessing that you said something like, oh, I asked someone else and I'm like way below sales, something like that. Sorry, I'm gonna open this. Oh, sugar. Shoot. I literally have no idea how to do this. Okay. We're good. screenshot of me is terrible. Okay, Morgan, here's what I'll tell you. Number one, if your sales are off, it can be what? Two things. It can be your assortment. Is your assortment attracting people? Do you feel like it's the right demographic? Is it the right price point? You know, are you selling things that the people walking through want? I would also look at the other booths. What is their average price point? What are they selling? Maybe you need to be more expensive. Maybe you need to have some more basic items, right? I just kind of really look around and see what everyone else has and make sure like you're not too expensive or too inexpensive compared to kind of all the other booths, because you don't want to like throw the energy of the customer walking around off. Does that make sense? The other piece of it is, you guys always know, I talk about you create a reality. So Morgan, I would love for you to do some journaling. I would love for you to do some tapping. I would love for you to like tap into that beautiful goddess energy that you have and really like create, like write down what it is that you want out of this booth, right? Like it's such a great opportunity. It looks beautiful, but like, let's create like, and let's really focus on what those goals are. I'll tell you guys, I had a list, I have a post-it note over there. I'd have my goals for July and August, and I hit almost all my goals because the ones I was very focused on, I hit. There was one on there that I paid no attention to, tried to take no action for, and it did not happen. So I would say for you, Morgan, is like, own your power and own the energy that you have to create what it is that you want. And know that as you start to focus on that and as that energy starts to expand, that what you need will come to you. And the guidance you need to maybe like adjust your booth or, I don't know, do something different will probably come to you. I think right now it's just like we're so attached to this idea or like this, you know, standard we have to have that like it's really all about Morgan. What does Morgan want? What does she want to sell? Who does she want to attract into that booth? And the ideas will come. Start to ask those questions, and I know they will come for you. Okay. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Hazen. Oh, man. Okay. I'm scrolling. They said it will be... Haley Soga did research. So you need to be doing $30,000 a month for comments sold to really work for you. Yeah. You have to have a large volume. Okay, cool. Hey, Shavonda. Okay, awesome. Okay. Hi, Megan. Oh my gosh, so many friends. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm now at Elizabeth, Keith, and then I see, okay. All right, I have Shopify, Facebook, and Instagram. Been online since April. Hardly any sales. Seems like I have some traffic to the site. Only sales seem to be Poshmark, clothing and jewelry. Okay, so Elizabeth, one, we've got to shift your money mindset about what's selling. Poshmark is a discount store. So are you focused on discounting things? Do you have like a discount or a lack mindset? That's something that you definitely want to think about shifting, because obviously you're attracting those customers. We are always a mirror for what we are projecting and what people are projecting back to us. So we always have to learn. So the universe right now is saying to you, like, listen, you're attracting discount shoppers. So something about your website or something about your site is, something about you and your mindset is attracting people who only want discounts. I would also say to you, Elizabeth, that, and this is for everyone because I get this question all the time. Number one, I have so many podcasts about this because it's probably our number one or two frequently asked question is like, how do I drive traffic to my website? So there's multiple podcasts. The other piece of it is you have to realize it's a numbers game, okay? I learned this the hard way when I started my coaching business, is that it's all a numbers game. How much you build your email list is literally how much you end up making. You in the coaching world, however big your email list, you make about 1% of that. Like 1% of the people on your email list actually buy from you. Mine runs a little bit higher than that because you guys are like super devoted, and I feel like it's a very niche situation, right? But it's the same with your online website. So if you're getting like 10 to 15 hits a day, like you're not going to make sales. The benchmark seems to be around 100 hits a day to really be making consistent sales. And even then it's only about 1 or 2 sales, right? So you've got to understand that as everything grows, it's percentages. So that 1%, when you have 1,000 hits a day turns into 10 sales, right? It's exponential. So I think for you, Elizabeth, you've got to focus more on how are you marketing yourself? How are you branding yourself? What kind of lifestyle information are you putting out there about what your brand and your business represents, and like how you can join this group of women who like, you know, love the same stuff that you do. And I would say, honestly, Facebook and IG, I would just look and make sure, like, where are you actually getting more traffic from, and where are you putting your energy? Instagram is a very different energy than Facebook. I would also say if you're on Instagram and you're not doing Instagram stories, you are missing out. Okay? Instagram stories are where it's at right now. And I don't even think a lot of people are going through the grid anymore. So just know, like, what is your strategy? And like, for me, video is my strategy. I doubled down on video for the past 18 months and my business has grown exponentially. Okay? So find what you're good at and do it more. Patricia, you have my book. Good. Stephanie asked, do I recommend ShipStation, or what do a lot of women use for shipping? Stephanie, I would love for you to make sure that you're in my group called the Fashion Show Tribe. If you're not, when we get off this, just search it in the search bar on Facebook. We have so many conversations about shipping in there. If you're already in that group, please just use the search bar to type in shipping. I don't really teach shipping and I really don't know that much about it. So I don't recommend anything. I would go in and read what people have written because they know a lot more than I do. Brett, how do we get more information about your private consulting services? Brett, you can reach out to us at our email, which is hello@stylishandsuccessful.com. Right now I have very few private, like, one-on-ones open. I kind of like don't, but let us know what you're looking for. You can always take one of my courses, which I am very present in video on, and they're kick-ass courses, if I do say so. Those are always open, and the minute you sign up, you get access to them. So they're self-study, self-paced, all that stuff. Okay, we're losing like a lot of viewers. What's going on? It's 9:04. It's been an hour. Everyone's tired. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go for, like, if you have a question and you're still on, please type it, because after like the next question or two, I'm gonna stop taking new questions and I'm just gonna run down the list, okay? Shavonda, do any of your trainings focus on the direct seller? I know you aren't loving the margins, but do you coach on inventory management and buying strategies? Funny you say that. I totally do. Right now, I do have a course called Fashion Consultant Bootcamp. It is probably gonna be taken offline. So, Shavonda, can you send us a message and we will get you hooked up with that course that has all about how to buy, sell, inventory management inside that course. It's super comprehensive. Send us a message, and it's at fashionconsultantbootcamp.com. It's not open right now, but we're gonna reopen it today. So yes, I do, of course, coach direct selling because it's the same business. Retail is retail is retail. So I think some of the things that when you sign up for a direct selling business, you don't realize you're actually opening a retail store. And I don't think a lot of training happens to provide like the reps and all that. Like, I don't think you get a lot of that training. And so I've been trying to provide that training for the past like year and a half. So we'll get you hooked up with that, Shavonda. I don't want you to be frustrated and feel like you don't have support there. So I'm absolutely happy to help you. Okay, Ashley says, that's what I need to hear. I have inventory, but it seems to be I seem to be waiting for the perfect time. I don't know if it will ever be perfect. Every moment is your perfect moment. Come on, like literally any time. And honestly, like right now is such a good time to open a store because it's literally like retail. Like there's a reason there's Black Friday. Like guys, like this is when we make money. Jennifer, so I want to get rid of stock photos, but instead of having friends, coworkers take pictures, what's the best? Okay, so you're asking what is the best way to pay models that you're using? I would just check with the model. You know what I mean? I would say like, what's good for you? You could totally pay them in money or you can pay them in clothes. I wouldn't just like give them a discount. That feels kind of crappy because they're taking time out of their day to help you. So you want to make it like mutual, like mutually beneficial relationships are the best, right? We're both coming together, we're helping each other. What can I do to help you? And maybe it's something non-traditional too, Jennifer. Maybe someone's like, oh, I'd love like a Starbucks gift card. You know, what's going to make them happiest and what's going to make them excited to come back? That's, I think, an individual question. So, a good question. Hi, Alexis. Melissa. Leave the Facebook group. Some of them are awful. Are you talking about like D-stash groups? I'm not in any groups. I'm literally in like 2 groups. And one of them is mine. Kidding. Okay, Tracy, I answered your question. EIN numbers, guys, if you're just starting out, again, I talk about this in my book, The Ultimate Boutique Book. There's a whole section. What is it? Like chapter 1. It's in here somewhere. Setting up your EIN number is probably somewhere. It's somewhere in here. I don't remember where. But your EIN number, it's just called your employer identification number, and it's super confusing. But all it is, it's like almost like your social security number for your business. And so it's how the government tracks you and how you're able to pay taxes, sorry. Because it's usually a bill. So yeah. You cannot usually, I would not suggest using your social security number to run a business. I don't actually even think it's like legal. Crystal, maybe tiered up a bit, but definitely things I need to work on, especially talking to someone. Good. Yeah, guys, you don't need to be strong for the sake of being strong. Like, it's okay to like have seasons of your life where like you need help and you need like outside help, professional help, like 100%. Okay. So just know that like I'm supporting you, Crystal, and like hoping that you find someone you feel like is good for you. Okay. Melissa, my county clerk told me to get a business license, not a tax ID. You need both, guys. Whoa. Okay, we've answered this question like a million times in the group. First, you go get your EIN number. That's with the federal government. Federal, okay? With that, you can go get a state reseller's permit. Sometimes they call it a sales tax and use ID. It's where you will pay. So number one, your EIN number is how you pay your taxes to the United States government. Your second, your state, it's going to be either with the State Department of Revenue or the state Secretary of State, depends on every state is different, but it's usually called some kind of like a sales tax and use permit or seller's permit, something like that. Then you go to your town and you get your business license. That business license allows you to go open a bank account. And when you make that first deposit in your bank account, that's your first investment into your business. So you cannot just run a business with a business license because the government is going to come after you for the money that you're making in that business. So please register it, get legal with your business. I don't understand. If you're selling things on the internet, you need to be registered with the federal government or they will shut you down. Okay. I don't know if they'll find you or not, but like, just don't roll the dice. Yeah. So Tracy, hopefully that helped you too. Don't go to town hall. They don't know what they're talking about. Hey, Ellen, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. So good to see you. I hope you're well. Okay. Caitlin Hines. Hello. Hi, Caitlin. Okay, I don't know what altered state is. I'm sorry. I'm so excited that you're opening in a great mall, though. I mean, I guess, again, my comment for you would be, like, and maybe this is my, like, sometimes I just don't know, like, what things are, like, altered states. I, like, really live in a bubble sometimes. Like, I'm very educated, and I get out in the retail world, but, like, I just kind of just shop at, like, Nordstrom and boutiques. Like, I shop at, like, two or three stores, maybe. I would say for you, the best way to stand out is customer service, great product, and great price. Easiest way to stand out. If you do have great windows or great window displays, I would 100% like change those often and deck those out and make them really show off your best sellers or your key items, things like that. But I think you're gonna do great. I mean, here's the thing is I think you're gonna come with your own attitude, your own ideal customer, They're going to be a lot like you. So I guess for me, I'm always just like, put on the bubble. Don't worry about anyone else. Do what I do really, really, really well and move on. Okay. Vianney, should I get a Shopify just for accessories and jewelry? Will it work as a host page, or do I need a host page and also shop? So guys, again, the other reason why I love Shopify, it's all in one. Okay, you don't need a separate host and a web. Like, it's not like WordPress. Like, WordPress feels very confusing to me. I want a package deal, and that is what Shopify is. It hosts everything. You can buy your domain through them. It's all integrated. So once you buy Shopify, that's what it is. I think it's great. Currently working a full-time job and soon launching my boutique. Any tips on trying to not get too overwhelmed? Jesse Torres. I like that question. Breathe. Okay? Everything will get done, and like maybe even faster than you think. Okay? You might have setbacks, you might have things that go wrong, but what I want you to do when you're feeling overwhelmed is, number one, believe that everything's always working out for you. That is a core belief I have, that everything is always working out for me, even if I can't see it and even if I don't know the outcome. I unattach, but I know everything is always working out for me, okay? That's number one. The other tip with being overwhelmed is, don't try to do everything at once. Like, just know that this is gonna take some time, and that's okay. But I also would say, start before you're ready. Like, don't feel like you have to be perfect. Someone said on here, oh, I was waiting for the perfect time. Like, guys, like, if you're ready, you have clothes, like, go, sell, do your thing, okay? So, breathe. Know that things are working out for you. Take it one step at a time. Don't feel like you have to be overwhelmed and stay up late every night working on this. But also know that when you start a business, you do have to hustle a little bit. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. Like, every time I've started a business, it takes a little initial like, let's go, you know, like, we gotta talk about this a lot. We gotta push this, we gotta post, we gotta do these things, right? We've gotta stay really consistent. So just do know that there is a bit of work, like physical work. Okay, cool. Hey Jess, 6 years is amazing. Do I recommend ads on Instagram or Facebook, says Proscilla? I recommend taking a course on how to run ads, or reaching out to me and seeing if you can hire me to help you with your Facebook ads. Because Facebook ads are really tricky, and even sometimes when I go through it with people, they're still like, oh, shouldn't I do that? Like, it's like a casino. Let's just say that. Facebook and Instagram ads are like a casino. If you know what you're doing, most likely you'll end up, right? But the house is really smart, and the house knows how to put things in there that might not work for you and add lots of options that sort of complicate things. So I want to make sure that you understand that if you are educated in how to run Facebook or Instagram ads, or you're working with someone who's really good at it, they can 100% help you make money through Facebook ads. Like, I believe very strongly in advertising. But I also think that, like, you have to know what you're doing, because you can just waste a lot of money. Hi. Hi. Okay. Elizabeth. Good. You took money mindset, and the example I gave about water bottles and money energy was, for me, for sure. I love that. Lack mindset. Yeah. And here's the thing, like, Elizabeth, and what I'll say to everyone is, the thing about mindset is it is an ongoing practice. It's every day. It's like every moment of every day. Like, that's the thing, is like, I think people think, oh, I did this course, or I journaled for a week and I'm good. I'm good. I've like heard people say this, and I'm like, cool. What I've learned though is that mindset is ongoing. Okay. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like working out. The more you do, the better you get at it, and the more stable things become, the more content things come, and then you can rise up from there. Priscilla asked, what services do I offer? So I offer online courses that are available all the time as self-study, and I do one-on-one consulting. If that's something you're interested in, you can always email us at hello@stylishandsuccessful.com. And what I like to do is get to know you and what you're looking for and what level you're at, and offer something that would work for you, to be honest. Because I don't think that everything I do works for everyone, and it might not even be a good fit. But let us know if you're interested in working with me. and we will talk about it. Okay. Everyone's loving 6-figure blueprint. You're welcome, Shavonda. Veronica, which brands on Fashion Go do I recommend? I'm gonna be honest. I was supposed to do a style report. I totally forgot about that. I would say that it depends on your ideal customer. So if you're on Fashion Go, what I would tell you is I would go to the best of the best. And I would look through that and I would see what vendors are selling really well. I would especially do it on a Monday morning. That's when a lot of boutique owners are on buying for their stores because they've like sold through the weekend. So I would make sure that you are looking at those vendors. And I would say, look at the vendors who have great ratings. You know, I can't recommend vendors because, to be honest with you, I don't know your ideal customer. So do I have, like, if we were working together and like I knew who you were selling to, I could 100% tell you like, oh, check out these people. But use best of the best. I think that's the best thing. Also, Veronica Gonzalez, if you're not in the Fashion Truck Tribe, my group, go join my Fashion Truck Tribe because we have like a ton of vendor posts in there. So, hi Teresa, you're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You're welcome, Melissa. Awesome. Oh my God, I'm at the end. I'm almost at the end. Hi, Renee. How are you, girlfriend? Okay, Teresa, is it a good idea to boost certain posts on Facebook? That's a great question. Let me take a sip. Okay. I would say no. So generally my answer is always like no about advertising and boosting. Advertising and boosting, guys, are the same thing. You're spending money with Facebook to show something to more people in a targeted way, hopefully. And so I would say don't boost a post unless it is a very small amount of money, you're testing it, you're very targeted with your audience, and it's a video where you're selling things. Video, Fashion Truck Tribe. Yeah, my group, lucky you're in there. Fashion Truck Tribe. Most of you guys are in there, but a lot of people don't realize that we have a ton of vendor resources in there. So can boost certain posts. So boosting, I'm sorry, super distracted. So boosting, I would say, don't do it on just like a post. What boosting is it's a Facebook ad, but it is specifically for likes and comments. So it's going to show to people who are most likely to like and comment on your video. Does that make sense? It's not so like if you do a Facebook video where you're like selling things, where you're like, this is number 477 and it's $25, that is going to get a comment. So it's probably going to show it to good people. Other than that, it's sort of a waste of money. And here's the thing I would also say, Teresa, is like most people that I meet don't really have their organic plan like sort of nailed down, and they're not good at consistently posting like natural stuff, right? Like how do I say this? They're just not good. Like they're not posting 2 times a day, 1 to 2 times a day consistently. They're not going on Facebook Live. So what's going to happen actually is your price per view on an ad or a boost is going to be much higher than someone who's very active on Facebook. So you'll notice, and secret behind the curtain, right? You'll notice that if I'm going to promote something like 6-figure blueprint, I'm like hustling, like going live for like a week, like all week while that's open, I'm live and I'm posting and I'm active and I'm commenting on things. I'm like in the game of Facebook and Instagram, right? And while I do that, I'm running ads too. My ad cost gets really low because I'm helping Facebook provide content and I'm paying them to get like basically higher in the newsfeed. So it's kind of just an algorithm. I hate the word algorithm. It's kind of just, Facebook is one of those things where you have to be really good and consistent. And then when you adding on a layer of ads will potentially help you make more money, because you've already got your game plan going. You already have 1,000 to 2,000 likes on your page, hopefully more than that. But we've worked with people who have 1,500 to 2,000 likes on their page and we've made them money. So you don't need a lot. All right. Lucky you're in that group. It's so funny. Renee, is it true that Facebook only shows to a fraction of your organic followers? It shows it to the most active people. So if you're on here, most likely you're a very active person in either my group or my page, most likely my page. But it's also like the way you can trick that is by posting engaging content, Renee. So if you see, we post a lot of things that people comment on. Those commenters are gonna see more. So we'll try to, we very much try in our Facebook strategy to ride this momentum wave of like when we know we're posting a lot of great organic content and people are commenting and liking and sharing, I'll jump on a live like tonight, say, hey, what's up? And it will boost that even more. And my page will get shown to more people. I'll probably just from this week probably have about 50 new likes on my page by Friday or Saturday, right? Because we're just going, like, let's go. So yes, it only shows it to a fraction, but your fraction can change based on how engaging you are. That's what I'll say. So wait, Jennifer, I feel like you asked a question. Hey, Jennifer Campuzano. Got that right. Do I have training on how to organize, display my clothing in store? Yes, that's what we call visual merchandising. Of course I have training on that. I have training in Six Figure Blueprint, but that's not open right now. I have training inside Boutique Elite Membership. So if you go to boutiqueelite.membership.com, I have a whole 1 hour training on visual merchandising in there. That is really, really good. And you get to see my store and you get to see a bunch of cool displays and yeah, I do. So Boutique Elite membership is $44 a month. You get a whole library of trainings, mindset, margins, marketing, social media, online boutique basics, all of it. And you get a monthly call with me. And our next call is tomorrow night. So if you sign up between now and tomorrow, you could be on the phone with me chit-chatting tomorrow night. So I should probably have been talking about that more. So it's Boutique Elite membership. It's not a visual site. So Tracy, that's my membership program, and there's a training inside of that program. So it's Boutique Elite membership. Okay. Lucky, you're funny. Okay, Sabrina. Yes, Facebook ads do make it tricky. Do you run retargeted ads on Facebook, or do you stick to your email list? I'm trying to learn via YouTube. Supposedly, don't boost posts, create an ad, choose the audience instead of Facebook picking. Yeah. So Sabrina, like I have a whole, I think it's 25 pages and multiple videos on how to run Facebook ads. I myself have paid probably over $10,000 to learn how to run Facebook ads really, really, really well and make a lot of money off them. Wait, I have to redo this number. I have a client last night who was on a call with me. And let me look at my notes. She's running an ad right now that we did. She's had 190 purchases and she's basically made almost $10,000 and she's only spent $400 on ads. So good. So good. But that's the thing. You got to work with someone who knows how to do it. So if you want to work with me on your Facebook ads, you know what? Send us an email. We'll figure out how to do that. Okay. If you feel like you're at the stage that you want to run Facebook ads, send us an email at hello@stylishandsuccessful.com and just say hey, Emily mentioned some Facebook ads thing. Can you send me details? Okay. Let's just do that. As far as online boutiques go, and this is the last question. Okay. As far as online boutiques go, do I feel Facebook or Instagram is more important? It totally depends. To be honest with you, I have boutiques that I'm working with that are totally on Instagram, don't even touch Facebook. I also have boutiques who totally run on Facebook and Instagram's just not really hitting for them yet. So I think it's totally dependent on who you are, where your ideal customer is, and how much you've committed to growing that area, right? So you guys know, I talk about all the time, I love Instagram. I feel like I have a lot of people that watch my stories. If you're a story viewer, hi, I love you. I love sharing my days with you guys. I love sharing my thoughts. It's really fun for me. But the grid, I'm just I only want to post when I'm inspired and feel good about it. So that's been a bit of a slower growth, and I'm cool with that, right? What I would say for you guys, it's really, I've always been about Facebook. So it's totally dependent. I'm sorry, not a good answer, but totally depends on what you and your ideal customer love to do, okay? All right, well, thank you so much, you guys. This has been beautiful. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for joining. If you're watching the replay, make sure to say hi, watch the replay. And I'll post links to everything I talked about, like all the courses I have open, in the comments, so that if you're interested, you can let me know. And hopefully we'll see you in a course at some point. All right, bye.